So if you're looking for a tripod, this is the K&F Concept 90. We're going to go ahead and put it together, see what's in the box. Comes with a really nice carrying case. It's got a little logo on it. You have a little strap for your carrying case if you want to travel with it. Okay. Seems like it's pretty well made. It's like a nylon finish to it. Comes with a manual and some Allen keys. One of the reasons I picked this one because it has the handle for the camera, so you could do a little bit more precise moves. All right guys, so the K&F comes pretty much built like this. So we're gonna go ahead and put it together. Very, very simple. We're gonna go ahead and open up the legs until they lock. You got multiple locking settings, okay? And pretty much very, very easy. You got the collar lock right here. I'm gonna open this one up. And it has like a rubber O-ring, so if it lands, you don't get that harsh landing, okay? And this thing just feels great, all right? So very, very nice. So I wanted to get the one with the handle so you get a nice, precise, view when you're using your camera. Instead of moving the camera itself, which you'll see a little jerking, with this lever here, you could actually, do the action of it, and you're gonna get a better result out of it, okay? Just to note, you can remove it. And then you can just do it by hand. All right, so once you have it built, there's so many different options you could use. As far as the legs, you have your little levers that you have to press, and then you could angle it whichever way you like. So once it locks in, you're good to go. You do have your collar lock here, okay? So you could pretty much loosen it up, go up and down, whatever height you want, okay? You have also your little lock right here to turn it. Just feels so tight, like if it's had bearings in it. Very, very nice. It's smooth, but it's tight. I really like that option right there. All right. Another thing that I really like is this head. It's spring loaded. It also feels like it's has fluids in it, so it's a nice smooth slide to it, and it won't let your camera, if you land, if you put it on, it won't let your camera lens come down and hit it. It kind of like keeps it from pushing down. Really like that option there. You have your lock on the side to remove the camera, and you have your little bolt in the bottom. All right, so for the camera mount, very, very simple. You do have two rubber pieces here, keeps the camera from twisting and turning, okay? And I normally use these little camera holders. I got them in all the cameras, so it's a little easier for me. You have the screw at the bottom. Let's go ahead and screw it together. You could do it by hand with the provided Allen key, or with a little, kind of like a little butterfly thing that pops up, and you could do it manually. All depends however you want to do it. Tighten it real good, and you're pretty much ready to rock and roll, okay? Let's go ahead and install it. All right, and like I mentioned, you have a nice solid feel to it, so it doesn't make the camera lens, especially if you have a large lens on there, won't bounce and hit and get ruined. And you could do it by hand. You could lock it. If you lock it nice and tight, you could release it. Then you have the option to install the handle, and whichever angle you feel comfortable. It has like little teeth, so you could actually move it up and down, left and right, whatever makes you feel more comfortable. So if you're shooting on a downward position, you want to angle like that. And if you're doing the other way, you want it like this. So you could face the camera up, okay? And then if you want to lock it, there you go. absolutely awesome. The way this thing turns, you have your angles written down here, so you could actually use them if you want to use that. Very, very nice. And you want to lock it, same thing, nice and locked. All right, so let's go ahead and you can release the collar here, like I mentioned, and go up and down. I mean, it does bounce a little bit, so I put a little bit, a lubricant on there, make it slide a little bit better. It's up to you, however you want to do it. Okay. Then you have your other release right here. So this is your inner adjustable arm here. And you're going to release this lever. Then you lock it wherever you want. And depending, see how it kind of doesn't slide very, very smooth, even though I put a little lubricant on there, still kind of wants to bounce around. All right. So it does have a little bit of a play. You do have your numbers up in the top here, depending on the actual distance that you want to use. You have your locked angle. You have different angles. If you want to go sideways, if you want to go flat, you want to have a down angle, up angle. So pick whatever you want. You lock it, and then you're pretty much good to go. Now you do have a little hook at the bottom here. So depending on your camera, if it's a little bit heavy, depending on how open your legs are, you're gonna need a little bit of weight to make sure that your camera doesn't tip forward. All right, so you do have that option there. All right, this little hook down here, it's got a little spring loaded. So here you're gonna add weight to actually, give some stability to the tripod. So this is where you would do it, pretty much any angle. And if you need to remove it for whatever reason, it can be removed. All right, once you've picked the angle you want, if you want to do some, angles, very, very smooth, okay? So this is a very easy tripod to use. It feels almost heavy, heavy duty without the heavy duty price. All right. You're gonna put it back, release it, put it back in, lock it in, and you're pretty much good to go. Back in business. All right, another option that the tripod has, you could flip it upside down and have your camera at the bottom. Very simple. You're gonna click on the little tabs here, lift up the legs to the opposite side. Once you have it upside down, then you could use this little lock right here, bring your camera up and down, depending on how low you want it. Obviously, you're gonna, adjust your legs also. And then your little handle, very easy. You could flip it, depending on where you want it, lock it, and pretty much, if you need more movement, you could just go ahead and remove it completely. Like I say, it's very, very versatile. And then you could just do it, with your hand, turn it, and then lock it if needed. If you go up and down, very nice. Obviously, once this is on the ground, the legs will open a little bit more, so you have more mobility at the bottom, and none of these legs will be hitting your lens. So this is just on top of a little cart here, so it's a little bit easier for me to, show you. All right, to open up the legs, it's just very simple. You have 3 adjustable legs, and you could get some good height out of this, about 90 inches. So I'm about 5'7", and I haven't even set it up yet, so. Sometimes I'll do installation on lights and ceiling fans, so you got this extra height, which is pretty awesome. So if you want to go wider on the legs for more stability, obviously, you count your clicks, 1, 2, okay. And then you have way more stability on the camera. And you can have it now about this height, and you can still get adjustability if you want right here. And if you need a little bit more, go here, lock it, and then you got another little bit more. So this is pretty high, Actually 94. About 94 inches to the base of the camera. It's pretty high up there. Very, very nice. All right. I don't need that much, but sometimes when I do installation of, like, say, lights or ceiling fans, it does have an advantage to have the height, so I could get a little closer to the product and you don't have to use the zoom so much. So especially for me, it works out pretty good. Right here on the side, you have a screw-on accessory port. So if you want to put, a battery holder or anything like that, an extra monitor or anything, so you have that little port right there. It's adjustable to put whatever you want. So like I said, great options with this tripod. All right, to go ahead and use it as a single pole, very, very easy. Make sure everything is locked at the bottom. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and lock this one here and then unscrew it, and then this whole piece comes out. Okay, so now you could go ahead and add it to the single pole, and you have a little level right there. Put that aside, and then you're going to be removing the one that says detach. All you got to do is unscrew it, and you're pretty much ready to rock and roll. Going to add to your standalone pole, tighten it, and then you can move it around if you want to use it with this. If not, then like I mentioned, you could easily remove this. Okay, and you're good to go. You have great options with this tripod. I did a little bit of research before purchasing it. It's exactly what I need, and mine's pretty much is done with. It broke, fell on me, and one of the little legs broke, so I needed to get a new one anyway. And this is more than I actually need. So if you're looking for a versatile tripod, with a good price, the K&F Concept 90 would be a great option. So thanks for watching.